Oregon at number 9 here. I thought what they did against Colorado just can't be overlooked, right? I think certainly it's a top 10 team. They're just behind SC and Washington, who I'll talk about a little bit later on. But I saw from Bo Nix the kind of play that we thought he was capable of when he was a 4-star, surging 5-star at Auburn as a freshman. We also are looking at a dude who has been playing football for 6 years and has been outstanding in the sport. He's the first FBS player to play at 2 different Power 5 programs and account for 55 touchdowns at each. And that's even more remarkable when you remember that he's only been at Oregon for like a year and change, right? That offense just moves. Kenny Dillingham calling the shots last year. This year is Will Stein. He's got 3 outstanding tailbacks in Noah Whittington, Jordan James, and Bucky Irvin. And Troy Franklin is a monster out there at wide receiver. He was getting anything that he wanted against that Colorado secondary. Had Omarion Cooper out there on an island. I don't know that Troy Franklin goes off like he did against Colorado if Travis Hunter is healthy. But I don't think it would have changed anything either. They were outclassed by a really, really good Oregon football team. But we went into this knowing that Oregon was a really good football team. And we went into this knowing that they won 11 games last year. We went into this thinking Oregon could very well be playing in the Pac-12 championship and very well be edging toward the college football playoff. That they beat Colorado so soundly isn't really the takeaway for me. That's what you're supposed to do. That we don't value the win over Colorado the way that I think we should. That I think we can have a conversation about that. I think that's a good Colorado football team that needs to shore up its front seven, needs to shore up its offensive line, certainly. But I don't know that you were going to stop Bo Nix on Saturday. That man was outstanding, and I expect him to continue to do that. But they'd have to prove it. Like the Pac-12, for once, is absolutely deep. So they got to go through some really tough opponents on the way to what could be a very cool and magical season for them. 25, I have Colorado. 25, they have Fresno State. I think Colorado beat Fresno State, right? Eye test stuff. Remember, how do teams look, right? I think they got outclassed by a very good Oregon football team. Oregon proved that there are levels to this, and Colorado is not yet there. However, I think that it's funny that so many people want to come up and have something to say about Oregon doing what Oregon was supposed to do against Colorado. Okay. I also think it's funny that Oregon fans in particular somehow think they won a national championship. The season is done now. Yeah, we're going to run through it. Nah, you beat Colorado, which is a team that you have beaten every year but one for like the last 27 times that you played them. Good on you. Good stuff. Appreciate you. But what you should not do is doubt Prime and doubt what the Buffaloes will be, because he's right about this and I'm right about this. This is as bad as they're going to be. The one thing that Prime has been able to do and do better than anybody else in the sport is convince talent to come play for him. The defensive line will get better. The offensive line will get better. But you cannot understate what it means to go get 86 new players, 56 new transfers, who all came together and wanted to win and are 3-1, by the way, as we go through this season. You think somehow that's going to slow down? I assure you it is not. And people want to root for Colorado. I know this. I know this because they are showing it with their eyeballs and with their money. Online team sales at Colorado are up 892% in revenue, right? Traffic's up 505% to that site. The University of Colorado told the Daily Camera that they commissioned a study to find out what Prime's impact has been on Colorado. And they said it's about $90 million in brand value, marketing value, right? They've sold out their season tickets for the first time. They've sold out all their tickets for the season for the first time. They are making money hand over fist. Their social followers across the 5 major social accounts, right, go from 268,000 following CU football to more than 2 million now. Okay? I get that Dan Lanning wants to be a football coach and he's going to fire up his kids by saying, hey, they're trying to win clicks. You know who cares about clicks? Good players. Great players. I will remind you, only one coach in the history, 154-year history of our sport, has convinced a 5-star player to play at an FCS school, let alone an HBCU. That is Coach Prime. And that player is Travis Hunter. Now, thought it's kind of funny. Late after the show, we're doing our report with each other, producer Kat and I. We're going through things we liked, things we didn't like. And I learned from the Instagrams that Travis Hunter had been live on his Twitch channel playing 2K during halftime of Colorado, Oregon. And she had the first appropriate response to this. It was just kind of funny. And I think it's funny too, right? I think it's funny because A, I would not have advised him to do that. Play 2K, my dude. Maybe don't play it where other people can see you playing it while your team is in the middle of getting stomped out in Eugene, Oregon. That's not a great look. But am I going to tell him no? No, I'm not. You know why? Because he's Travis Hunter. He's playing both ways. He got a lacerated liver. He'd love to be playing football. He can't. You know what we do when we are not allowed to do the thing that we want to do most? We try to do something else to get our attention away from it because we are becoming hazardous to everybody around us. We are becoming absolutely awful. So if you got to go play video games and do it live on Twitch, go do that, my dude. But it's 35-0 at halftime. What do you expect him to do? He in Boulder. They in Eugene. The game is over at halftime. I watched it. You watched it. I know you watched it because y'all wanted to tell me about, hey, tell me what you want to know about Colorado. Tell me, talk to me now. Talk to me now. Right? So I'm bringing this up because it's funny, right? I'm bringing it up because somebody out there is thinking this man should be all about his team all the time. Yeah, all right. Maybe. I know that we all want everybody to be all in on the thing that we love, but some of us can get away with it because we're more talented than the rest. That's the way this thing works. There are different rules for different players. Thank you for watching the #1 college football show. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that you don't miss any of the best college football coverage in America.